chilling. Hello, hello, hello. All right, guys. So I kind of want to come on here. I have had a lot of conversations since Thursday, a lot of questions. And I kind of wanted, I just did like my stories and stuff like briefly, but I kind of wanted to come on here live because I feel like the live hits more of a broader, I guess a broader, like more people. Okay. So I get asked a lot, how hard is Scentsy? Can you really make money with Scentsy? I will drop in the comments after this our compensation plan because we have to stick in guidelines. But let me tell you, I'm going to jump into this. To be successful, to start your own business, you have to want it, first of all. So let me rewind to when I first started. When I first started Scentsy a year ago, I had a different mindset. I had this mindset of, I'm going to make quick money. I'm going to post my party link. I'm going to post like that I joined Scentsy and everyone's going to come to me and order with me. I was very wrong. I was very wrong. So and you ask my teammates, my team, when they joined underneath of me, I am very blunt and very real with them. And I'm very, because I went through it, I'm like, hey, just so you know, let me swipe this. I'm going to get distracted. I was like, just so you know, when you join, it's not as simple as just posting a link and you get paid, okay? Also, success does not happen overnight. I've had a few people this weekend reach out to me and just say, you know, you make it look so easy. I'm so proud of you. I can never do what you do. I have a job. I can't do this. I have kids. I can't do this. I have to go to bed at a certain time. I can't stay up late. So what I have to say in response to that, for anyone that wants to ask without asking, because I never wanted to ask. I never wanted to be the one to reach out. I wanted someone to reach out to me and ask me to join, and Rachel did. Rachel asked me 6 or 7 times to join, and I shot her down every single time, and she kept coming back and kept asking me, and I finally said yes. Again, I was in like a different mindset last year. I joined for quick cash. I joined because I was seeing success. But I'll be honest, I saw success and I was like, I want that. But in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want to work for it totally, but I want to get the money, right? It doesn't work that way. Okay. So I kind of gave Scentsy up last year. I tried it for 2 months. I never went inactive. I always had enough sales to keep me active. But I just didn't give it my all. And I just didn't, I don't know. I was in a different mindset, right? I had Remy and we had a lot going on. Fast forward to this year. I started my in-home bakery, right, which I don't really do anymore just because I am so in love with Scentsy. I love my baking and I'll do it maybe once a month, but I'm so in love with Scentsy that this is my business. This is my life, right? And I joined that and I realized, dang, if I really put my mind to something, if I really try hard enough, I could really do this. Like that's where my mindset was when I started my bakery, because I started it and I thought I was going to fail, and I ended up not failing. I ended up actually thriving really well with my baking. But it was really hard to do baking with 2 kids. Like when you have a full kitchen full of like ingredients and stuff, and you have very little time, but you need a full entire 12 hours to do a bake day, it's very hard. And I was rolling out probably like 100 cupcakes a bake, plus cheesecakes. It was a lot, you know? And as much as I love it, it died kind of fast because I fell into Scentsy. So then like my mindset changed where I was like, oh my God, if I put my mind to something, I could seriously rock this business. Like I could seriously make a difference in people's lives. I can make a difference in our families' lives, our income, all of that if I change my mindset. And so this year I had this huge goal. Yeah, baby. You want some juice? Where's Sissy's juice? It's over there. Can you get it? Something changed in me this year where I don't even know what happened. I don't know if it was COVID and isolating myself with my family, and it just made us just spiral into all these dreams and wants. But I will tell you, it happened very fast, and I was just like, I want to do all these things, okay? I had this huge dream. I follow Instagrams, and you know, when you follow social media, you get this envy for people. You're like, I want to live her life. I want to do this. I want to do that. That was me, okay? That still is me. I see people, but instead of me being sad and upset about the life that I was living and not that life, it drives me. It literally drives me to be like, oh, I can do that. Watch me. You have to shift your mind into I can, I will, and I'm going to get it done. You know what I mean? And me and Ryan just had this mindset shift this year where we were like, we want to travel. We want to give our kids everything. We want our kids to grow up and be like, I've visited all 50 states. We've traveled in a camper for 10 years. Like, we wanted all of this stuff. And like, literally my first Scentsy paycheck back into Scentsy this year, we purchased a camper that you guys all know we're renovating, right? So it was like we were already starting to live our dreams, and it just spiraled from there. Like, it just spiraled. When you start dreaming and you have this want that's so passionate that like nothing's gonna stop you, that's when your life shifts and it changes. And I am so sorry, but like, even like the friends we used to have don't even know us anymore because we are totally different people than we were 4 months ago, a year ago, 10 years ago. Last year, I cared a lot about what people thought about me. I was so scared to come on here. Rachel told me to do a live video and I was like, hell no, I'm never going live, right? And it changed. It changed so fast. So like, I started doing live videos. I started showing my face. And Scentsy is so, we're community. We're a family. So like, our entire business is based off of friendship, love, support. I have never in my life felt so empowered and so important and so needed and loved than I do with Scentsy, okay? I have never, and I will be so honest with that, I have never done it, or I've never been a part of something like this. The women and the men in our group are absolutely amazing. And when I say like they changed my life, yeah. Where's your other shoe? It's over there by the fridge. When I say it changed my life, it literally changed my life. Like, my confidence is up here. Like, me not caring about what people think is up here. Like, I could come on here and rant for hours, and I couldn't care if I had 15 people, 100 people, and 2 people. I couldn't care less. Like, I'm going to upload this to YouTube, and I'll probably have 2 people like it, because that's not the point of it. The point is, like, I want to get it out there that Scentsy does not have to be hard. Like, you know, I had one of the girls on my new team, or on my team that's new this morning, that was like, you know, I want all like the bookshelf and the pegboard with your wax bars. I didn't have that last year, okay? I have girls that bought the $15 kit, which comes with a mini warmer and a wax bar, okay? $15 to join. And they rock their business with that. Like, you do not need anything but the tools that Scentsy and our group give you. We have leaders in our group that are amazing. Absolutely amazing. When I say, so every Scentsy groups have like different teams, right? So like, you know, you join and then you build your own teams, okay? We have one of the best teams. And I don't say that because it's my team. I say that because if I had joined under anybody else, I would not be here to this day. Our leaders make the best trainings. Our leaders make everything accessible to us. Everything that we need in our business, they practically hand it to us on a silver platter, and all you have to do is just take it into your own hands. So me coming on here and saying, like, to be successful, it was what Chloe and all of our leaders say, you have to be the 1%. No more pouches, please. I'm sorry, that was 3 today. No more. Easton. Sorry. So we have our leaders and stuff literally have told us, you know, you need to be the 1%. Be the 1% and you will be successful. Being the 1% in my mind, this is what in my mind is when people tell me I have kids. Let me get them a snack. Hold on, y'all. Okay, come on. Sit right here. Do you want him over there? Okay. Can Sissy come? Right here. Right there. No, right there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Here. I'll be fair. Here you go. Thank you. Okay. All right, so we have leaders that tell us that, you know, be the 1%, right? The 1% in my mind, what it means to be 1% in my mind. It means that I have 2 kids, okay? I have 2 kids that are under 2. Those that have 2 kids under 2, it is extremely difficult the first year and a half. It's very difficult. It is the biggest blessing in the world, but it is very difficult. I know that it'll get better, but when I say, like, I'm up before the kids wake up, I'm up before the kids wake up. So I'm up at 5:30 with Ryan. When they did take naps together, I went upstairs and I worked during nap time. I would actually work out and then I would go work for an hour. And then when the kids go to bed at like 8 o'clock, I work, okay? So in total, I'm probably putting in 4 hours a day of working. 4 hours a day. Y'all, some of you guys show up to a job that's 8 hours, 12 hours, 10-hour shifts. You clock in, you got to be there at a certain time. If you clock in late, you're getting written up. You clock out, you come home, then you got to make dinner, you got to do dishes, laundry, get ready for the next day to clock in at 8 o'clock again, drop the kids off, and then you come home and you see your kids for an hour or two. That was my life. That was my life. I woke up when I was a working mom with Easton. I decided to stay at home after Remy because we couldn't afford daycare and paying our bills. So let me tell you, had I gone to work with Remy and I joined Scentsy and I'm at where I'm at now, I would have already quit my job to stay at home to do this. Hey, can you get off of that, please? Recently. Hold on. Where are your goldfish? Please do not stand on that. Hey, off. No. Come on. Do not stand on that. They keep moving the speaker box and standing on it. It drives me insane. Now, I was a working mom with Easton. With Remy, I decided to stay at home. And again, if I was working and I was doing what I'm doing now and making what I'm making, I would have quit my job, okay? With Easton, I worked 12-hour shifts. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to drop Easton off by 6:30, probably around 6. Get to work at 6:30, clock in, and I didn't clock out until around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Got home at 7:15, saw Easton for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, maybe an hour and a half, and put him to bed. And then we had to stay up until like 10:30, 11, getting the house ready for the next day, getting his lunch packed for the next day, getting my scrubs together, all of that. So when I say I lived the working mom life, I understand it, y'all. I literally understand it. It used to bring tears to my eyes that I couldn't even pick my kid up because I was working late. And I loved my job, okay? I loved my job. I loved my patients. I loved my coworkers. But I didn't love my job because I wasn't seeing my family. And it was making me upset because I felt like even though as hard as I worked, I'm working for like a 50-cent raise every year. So I'm making the same amount of money no matter what. And there's no way for me to grow besides going back to school and becoming a nurse and doing more, right? And I just didn't want to do that. I did at one point, but then I didn't. So now when I think about it, now when I think about Scentsy, when I joined the first month, second month, third month, my paycheck goes up every single month. Every single month, my paycheck goes up. I'm not going to sit on here and talk about numbers and how much it is and whatnot, but it's enough that we can afford a mortgage and more. Okay, it's enough that we were able to move into our dream home. It's enough to pay for my car insurance. That's what I'm going to tell you guys. But did I make that overnight? No, I did not make that overnight, y'all. I did not. The first month or two when I jumped back into Scentsy, I worked my tail off. I was so behind already from pretty much like stopping that I had to work my butt off to catch up. I remember staying up. I stayed up until 4:30 in the morning one morning, I should say. And I literally finished when Ryan's alarm at 4:30 went off for him to go to work. I probably mailed out about 60 customer mail outs, 60, okay? But I was like, if I don't do this, then I'm not starting my business off right. And I put it off. And then I finally realized, you know what? If I want to be successful, I have to do the hard things. I have to do the things that are hard. The hard things are staying up until 4:30 a.m., doing these customer mail outs, catching myself up on my business, getting an hour of sleep, and then spending a whole day with the kids, but then going to bed early the next night because I can. So it's doing the hard things. Our leaders, the girls that like are above us, the top girls in our company that are in our actual like group, 3 of them are nurses. 1 is a teacher. Chastity just retired this year from teaching because of Scentsy. Chloe is going on 7.5, 8 years of Scentsy. She retired by her 5th year. Rachel was a nurse. She just retired this year from nursing, and she is hitting her 3-year mark in October. Okay. Now, when you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, whatever, okay. No, there's no way. I actually know these people. Like, I went to school with Rachel. A lot of you guys probably on here know Rachel. I went to school with Rachel. And I'm sharing their stories. Like, Katie, I met Katie. I know Chloe. Like, I know these girls. I've seen them. I've listened to their trainings. I've been a part of them. Like, they retired as nurses and teachers, y'all. So the fact that like Rachel by year 3 can retire from being a nurse, from being a nurse, y'all, probably because she makes triple what she made as a nurse. It's possible. But you know what she did? She worked her ass off for 3 years. Not even 3 years next month. She worked her tail off until she was able to retire. And I'm telling her story because I'm already a stay-at-home mom. So it wasn't like I had some huge career that I finally got to retire from and leave to stay at home because of Scentsy. So I was already at home. And my story is that we get to buy a house. We get to buy a house and a new 4Runner. Like, we get to do, like, and that's not gloating. That is just the truth of, like, that's my story. And their story is they got to retire from nursing, y'all. Like, nursing, okay? I think Chloe went to, like, one of the top nursing schools in the States, and she's a retired nurse, y'all. And I think she retired her husband, too, and they have their own business. But regardless, when I say that, like, my 10-year goal is to retire Ryan, y'all have no idea. That's literally my goal. That is the goal that scares the crap out of me, that I don't think is possible, but I know could be possible. That is what Scentsy can do for you. It is a no ceilings income business. You make as much as you work, okay? So if you're slacking 1 month and your paycheck is lower and you know that hey, I slacked a little bit, okay? When you work your ass off and you grow your team and you grow your business and you get uncomfortable, because success and growth happen when you're uncomfortable. It does. It really does. I got very, very uncomfortable this year, but I got uncomfortable because we have very, very high goals we want to meet. We want to travel and we want to buy a house and all this stuff that's falling into place. Like, I'm telling you guys, I've jumped back into Scentsy, I don't even know, 6 months ago now. I think I started back in March. Taking it as a serious business, and now that it is, and I had these high goals, and y'all, we're 5 months in and I'm hitting half of them. We have a camper, we have a house we're about to move into, like, we're paying our mortgage, like, all this stuff that, like, I just didn't think was possible is happening. But I am the 1%, and I work my tail off, but I get to spend time with my family. I get to sit here and watch movies with my kids. Yeah, you want more? Here. I get to watch movies with my kids. I get to sleep in if I want to. Like, I don't have to answer to anybody. And I determine how my paycheck is going to be. Okay, obviously my team determines that as well. But, like, my own paycheck from, like, my own sales, like, I determine that. Okay, I work hard for it. I stay up late and I do the stuff. But, like, a lot of people will come to me and they'll just be like, hey, you know, I work a job and I have kids and I do all this. Listen, it is possible, y'all. It's possible. If you want it that bad, if you are willing to put in, think about this. Most people retire around 60, right? So you think you work your tail off until you're 60, and then you finally get to retire. If you've saved up for your 401k and all that stuff, and we still have a Social Security at that point, you get to retire at 60. What if you worked your tail off for 2 or 3 years? Okay. What if you worked your tail off for 2 or 3 years? What if you worked your tail off for 5 months? Okay. And you were able to quit your job in 5 months to a year because you worked your butt off, because you retired for 5 months, but you worked your tail off to get there. What if? And then what if after you quitting your job because you make more with Scentsy, you're able to jump in and retire your husband in 5 or 6 years, maybe 10 years, okay? Think about that. You're talking about 5 months to 10 years of hard, solid work, of hard work, of, you know, yeah, you're tired, but you're still enjoying your life. Like, Scentsy is not overwhelming. Scentsy is literally so fun. The girls are absolutely amazing. I have met some of the best people through Scentsy so far. It just amazes me how much I have changed because of Scentsy. My outlook, my business, my fears, my goals, my ambition, my drive, everything is because of Scentsy. So imagine that. Imagine you work hard for 10 years and you get to retire in 10 years or 5 years or 5 months, okay? You get to retire. But it all depends on you. Like, no one's going to motivate you and no one's going to make you do it. If you join Scentsy, whether it's me or under somebody else, that your sponsor cannot motivate you. Your sponsor cannot be your sole motivation. You have to motivate yourself. I don't reach out to my upline for motivation, because you know what? If I can't find it in myself to motivate myself, they're not going to motivate me. They're not, okay? I would sit here and, like, be envious of like what they're getting paid and what they're doing and stuff. They're on a different level than I am. So when you join, you have to remember, like, you're starting out. You were where I was a year ago, okay? You're not going to make $1,000 in 1 month overnight. Like, it doesn't happen that way. You have to grow your empire. You have to grow your business. It's just like any business. When you start from the ground up, you have to grow it. So your first month when you open up a business yourself, it's not going to be booming and you're not going to make a bunch of money. No, usually when businesses start, real businesses, when they usually start, you're usually not making any money because you're pouring all your money into your business. It's usually the second year that you start making your income money. And I'm talking about, like, you buy a building, you start up a business, you get, like, coworkers and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. So think about that. Like, really think about it. Like, that's the truth. People see MLM and they're like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. No, it's not. No, it's not. And you know what? This MLM, this Scentsy, has changed my entire life. And a lot of you guys know me personally on here. A lot of you guys know, like, my struggles, and I'm very open on Facebook and Instagram. Like, I'm an open book. I'm very transparent. This is what you get, and this is how I feel. And I will tell you that never in 1,000 years that I think that I would be here. I don't. And when I joined last year, Ryan was not into Scentsy last year. He was just like, no, like, this is not you, no. And I was like, well, I'm doing it, watch me. And I went and bought it because nobody tells me no. I love you, Ryan, for watching, but nobody tells me no. Unless it's something that we have to, like, really have a serious conversation on. But a $99 kit, no, sorry, I'm buying it. I wanted to do it, okay? Did he think that we would be here this year? Heck no. Heck no. And you know why? Because now, instead of staying up and partying and drinking all night and whatever, we stay up, we put the kids to bed, and me and Ryan sit at the counter. We may have a drink together. We'll do chores, whatever. And we talk about our dreams. Like, we're dreamers now. We talk about, like, what are we going to do with this new house? Where are we going to travel to? What can we do with this next paycheck? What can we do with, what if you make this much in a year? Oh my gosh, in 10 years, like, if you're making this much, we could add on an addition to our house. Like, there's so many possibilities. And so now me and Ryan sit here at night and we dream because he knows how serious his business is, and he knows it's a business now. He knows that when I have to go sit upstairs for an hour and have a conference call, go ahead, babe. He knows that when I have to stay up until 1 a.m. doing packages, go ahead, babe. Like, that's why we made sure when we bought a house that we had an extra bedroom for an office. I get to go into this new house and I have an office. I'm super pumped about it. I'm going to talk him into getting me a she shed in the next couple years. We'll see. But I get my own office now. So, my office is in my bedroom right now, y'all. My office is in my bedroom. So, like, when I'm having my talks at like 10 a.m., Ryan's like laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and I'm still having my conference calls and stuff. Or when I'm packaging orders, watching TV until 1 a.m., Ryan's sleeping. He sleeps right through it, whatever. But what I'm saying is, it's not hard. Scentsy is not hard. We give you the tools. There's trainings that are amazing that grew my business like crazy. Our leaders are amazing. Like, there's so much out there with Scentsy that, like, you could do whatever you wanted to it. And I get so excited when I talk about it because you're able to do whatever you want with Scentsy. Like, there's a no ceilings income. I will make sure to post in, like, the income disclosure in here, but there's a no ceilings income. There is no pressure. There's no annual fee. There's no cancellation fee if you don't like it. It's, even if you wanted to join to make money, I don't know if I have customers on here. I'm not really watching the comments. Even if you made, like, money off your own purchases. So, like, maybe you don't want to make it a business, but you buy Scentsy from me every month. You can join and make money off your own purchases. Like, off your own purchases. So if you're spending $300 a month with me, then you should probably join and make 20-25% commission off of that, right? Anyways, I really wanted to come on and talk about it. I know that it's hard when you have kids and you have a job and you're just like, you can't think about taking on any more. Can you give her one, please? And it's hard to think that, like, I'm already so busy, I can't take on anymore. I promise you can. Because you know what? When you start striving for what you want, that's when you start getting it. I don't care what anyone says. My mind, and it's all in your mind too, y'all. When you start giving off that, like, I don't care attitude, and let me tell you, a lot of girls come to me too, and they're like, all I hear, during the day is, I ask someone to host a party and they tell me no. That's okay. Like, that's okay. Not everyone wants to host a party. I hear no every single day. It's totally okay, because that one yes is going to change your business, And And the women that I meet and the friends that I gain, the new people on my page, like, y'all, I'm just so thankful. We have such an amazing team. We have such an amazing team. The women in our team, they are bosses. Like, they straight kill it, and they don't make excuses. Like, if there's something they can't figure out, they YouTube it until they figure it out. Like, there are so many consultants on YouTube. Guide to Growth. If I have any consultants on here and you haven't watched Guide to Growth on YouTube from Chloe, Ray, Chastity, and Katie, y'all are missing out, because Guide to Growth is all you need. Guide to Growth on YouTube is all you need to watch when you start out. It's all you need to watch to grow your business. I joined back in when they had just started Guide to Growth, and they were doing like weekly lives, and I promoted 4 times in 2 months. And that's not saying anything to gloat. That's just saying that I attended the 1 video a week on Wednesdays, and they gave us homework, and I did the homework, and I implemented, and I grew my business. And, I'm thankful. Our team, man, I told you, our team, they're bosses. Like, they are bosses. They're promoting left and right. They're doing amazing. And again, they don't take excuses. They motivate themselves. They text me when they're like crushing something. They're like, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. It makes me so excited. They're just amazing. And our team, they're just amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So anyways, it's not hard to start. You don't need fluff. You don't need the fluff. You don't need the fancy thank you bags. You don't need a bookshelf. You don't need a pegboard. You don't need all these business supplies. You need Scentsy, like a Scentsy warmer and wax. I just always have one. They at least should have that, okay? All you need is that and your order forms or whatever, your testers, and that's all you need to start your business. And that's what comes in our starter kit. That is all you need to start your business. And from there on, you share your testers with friends and family. You let people smell them. The scents sell themselves, okay? This is not me like being a huge like internet salesperson. Scentsy sells itself, y'all. Our products are top of the line. They are top of the line. They're kid friendly. They're pet friendly. If Easton were to go eat a bar or chew into a wax bar, I wouldn't be freaking out about it. If the dogs licked up like some counter clean, I wouldn't freak out about it. The other day, Remy poured she slashed her hand into wax, one of my warmers in the bedroom. Didn't even flinch. She was just like, okay. Same with Easton. He knocked down one of my warmers and it went all over his arm, and he cried because the vase hit him in the head. So he was crying because of that. Didn't even leave a red mark. Like, if you guys are using candles and you're using like Yankee Candle or any other kind of warmers, you need to stop. Okay? Because they're causing fires. They're not safe for your kids and dogs. That candle, that the wax, disappears when it's done. Where does that go? It goes on your walls. You inhale it. It goes in the air. Like, that's not safe. I don't care what kind of candle it is. It's not safe. Okay? Scentsy warmers, we warm the wax, and whatever you put in there is what comes out of there. Nothing goes into the air. There's no flame, anything. Okay? They're safe. And other warmers. So you're like, okay, what's the difference between Walmart warmer and a Scentsy warmer? Well, a Walmart warmer has like a little tag on the cord that says turn off after like 4 hours. Why would they put that on there if it was safe? 4 hours? Like, I'm home 8 hours. So what if you left one day and you left your warmer on? Would you be worried all day about it causing a fire in your house? Like, would you be freaking out that you're like, oh my God, we're going on like 9 hours and am I going to come home to a burning house? That's scary. Scentsy warmers. Okay, this one behind me. What's wrong? Can you give her one? Go give her one, please. Thank you. Thanks, buddy. He's so sweet. This one behind me, it's probably been on for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Like, I haven't turned it off in 6 weeks. I just continue to change the wax out. 6 weeks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 warmers downstairs, and they stay on for weeks and months at a time. I don't turn them off. That's how safe they are. I leave the house with 7, 8, 9 warmers on because I have a bunch upstairs because I get them for free. Why not? And I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter because they're safe. Like, they're safe. So why not spend the extra $10 and get a safe warmer for your kids, your family, your house? Like, I don't understand people that keep buying candles. It's not safe, y'all. You're inhaling bad stuff. But anyways, I just like really want to come on here and just kind of give y'all some, like, I had a lot of questions come through my inbox and stuff about like I can't do what you do. There's no way that I could do this now. Like, Scentsy's too big, I'm too busy for Scentsy. We're big believers that Scentsy should fit into your life, okay? If y'all have seen, obviously we're moving. I have hardly worked my business in the last probably 3 or 4 weeks. I've worked probably 2 hours a day. I used to work 4 to 5 hours. Now, because we've been moving and we had to pack up the house and, repaint and do all this stuff, we're finally, yesterday was our last showing. We did 4 days of showings. When I say that I worked like 2 hours, it's because I worked my tail off for 5 or 6 months, and I was able to sit back for a few weeks and be like, okay, I need to focus on my house now. We're good to go. My business is solid. My team is solid. I got the training scheduled. Like, we're good to go. Who can do that? Who can just take off 4 weeks and work 2 hours a day and still make income? Like, that's what I'm telling you. So if you're ready to jump out of your skin, if you're ready to take the leap, if you're ready to change your life, you have to be ready for it. You have to be willing to watch the trainings. You have to be willing to implement it, and you have to be willing to get uncomfortable. That is my biggest thing. You have to be willing to get uncomfortable. It is not going to be as simple as going to your Facebook and posting a link and saying, hey, I joined Scentsy, buy from me, because you're not going to get any sales. You're not going to buy. No one's going to buy from you. And that's just being truthful. Like, Scentsy, I don't think about sales now. I think about building relationships. I have built some of the best relationships with my customers. I have some of my favorite people as my customers that I would have never gotten to know if it wasn't for Scentsy, okay? It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. Like, my tribe is just so amazing. But it all starts with your mindset. It all starts with how bad do you want it and what is your why? I always say that. What is your why? If your why is scary enough or is big enough to scare the freaking crap out of you, then you should be doing it. Then you should be doing it, okay? I just can't even fathom. Like, we talk about it all the time. It just, like, our life wouldn't be what it is right now without Scentsy. And a lot of you guys know me personally. Like, I was a slave to a 12-hour shift 5 days a week. I mean, it's exhausting. And now I get to see my kids, and yes, that's exhausting. That's very exhausting. Some days are very, very hard. Target was probably the worst experience this morning for me. But the fact that I got to go to Target at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, and because I can, like, that makes me happy. Y'all, that makes me happy. I don't ever want to have to clock in and deal with anything about me being late because of my kids, or my kids are sick so I need to leave. I don't want any of that. Like, I am in control of my income. I'm in control of my life. Like, it's a really good feeling when you realize that you're capable of more than being mediocre. Like, you're so capable of being more than that. You are capable of being more than, what's wrong? Come here. Come here. Come here. You're so much more than an 8 to 5, y'all. You're so much more. Come on, mama. Look at her. Come here. Oh, you're so sad. Can I have one? Can I have one? Thank you. Here you go. You want that? Okay. Yeah, you're so much more. Yeah, baby. Here. Oh. You want to sit up here too? Come here. Hold on. I can't do that. You sit. Here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So anyways, you're more than capable to do whatever you want in this life, okay? I'm a big believer in you have one life to live, and living it to the absolute fullest. What do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want to get a new car? Do you need to pay a phone bill? Do you want to meet new people? Do you want to get out of your comfort zone? Do you want to grow? Like, there's so much that you can do with this business that's more than just a paycheck. This business is about friendships and relationships and all kinds of stuff. And it's so much more, but you have to be... What is that? You have to be willing to work for it, okay? It doesn't come overnight. It doesn't come in the first, week of you joining. It's going to take time, but if you're willing to sit there and you're willing to work and to do the hard things, to do the 1%, your life is going to change. Your life's going to change. So that's all for now. The kids are starting to get cranky. That's all. So if you have any questions, message me. I'm here. Questions are free. Information's free. But if you want to host a party with me, that's free as well. Get your free Scentsy stuff for fall, y'all. Get all the free things by hosting a party. It's awesome. All right, y'all. See you later.